What's going on, GTA players? Let's take a look at what has happened, and we can see the discounts have fallen a little bit since last week, while the income has rose. Now, this level on the discounts is still pretty high, so I would expect it to go down in the following week. So make sure you buy everything that you can this week, if you want it, of course. And then the income is relatively low, so there may be a crossover that happens sometime in the near future. And then as far as the discounts from last week, I said that there would be the Akula and the Avenger and the yachts, and those all showed up this week, so that's pretty cool. And then for new content, we have the Grotti Brioso 300, which has been around, but I don't think it's official until today. And then for the discounts, we have the Laser, the Savage, the FH1 Hunter, and the Akula. Now, these are all pretty awesome helicopters, but the reason I track the Akula is because you can go off the radar with it, which can help you make money or escape from griefers. And then we have 40% off on the Avenger, as well as the Vehicle and Weapon Workshop, the Devest 8, and the Zerusu. And then each of the yachts are discounted as well. There's the Orion and the Aquarius. I have the Pisces, and the reason why is because the helicopter's a little bit faster. And then the treasure chests and the caches are 2 times the money and rank. And then if you're a Prime member, you can get the sonar station on the Kosatka for free, as well as 200,000 every week. And then there's the Brigade, the Barrage, and the Vetier. Then the podium vehicle this week is the Verlier, and this is usually $695,000. And however you say this, it literally translates to loser in German. So if that's something you're interested in winning, then get down to the casino and win it, I guess. And then we have hangars on sale. These are pretty cheap. This one down here is $510,000, and I have the one right next to it. I like the ones in the city because it's nice and close to where I usually am. I think most people prefer these hangars up in the military base because you don't get the stars when you go in there, and it's closer to all the missions. These are also very nicely discounted, so if you don't have a hangar, pick one up now. You can also do the air freight missions with these, and these are 2 times the money this week. These aren't great money by themselves, but they do unlock all of the trade prices on the aircraft, and so if you do all of those missions, you can actually save quite a bit of money, so it does end up being worth it, at least for that. And then if you're bored or you need a little extra cash, go into the adversary mode to the stockpile events, and these are all double money right now. And then the same thing goes for the air and the sea races. If you scroll through all of the jobs here, you'll see some of them popping up are double money. And then if you're lucky enough to be able to own a yacht, you can also use this for income, and it's 2 times money on the Super Yacht series. So you just go in, see the captain, and go to that space right there, and then it will load up. And then for the races, we have the RC Bandito up at the power station. And down here on Elysian Island is the land race. The location that you're going to be going to is over here, and you're going to be following the GPS the entire way except for the last little bit. So get a good rev drop in and then get to the race. First thing you want to do is get on this up ramp here, and then you'll be taking it up until here. You turn right, it's a sharp right. It was a little bit quick there, but it ended up working out all right. And then all you're doing is just weaving through cars and following that GPS. Then make sure when you're on the straight stretch, you're doing a wheelie or leaning forward as much as possible. But once you get up to this area is where you're going to want to start paying attention again. There's going to be a sharp right turn. After this on-ramp here, you pass that intersection and then just turn up that way, and you're good to go. Follow that for a little while. And so once the GPS makes you go off of the road onto this gravel area here, this is the only place that you're going to shortcut. And you just go right there, a little bit to the left of where I did, and that's it, 100,000. The Bandito Race is significantly more complicated. Basically, you're at the power station going underneath all of these pipes, and there's scaffolding and tons of things that can get in the way. This area right here. Now, unfortunately, you have to go as fast as you can, but you just have to make sure that you're squaring up before all of these pathways here. Once you get to this area, it opens up a little bit more, and if you take a nice line through there, you don't really have to worry about slowing down. This area right here, very precise drop off on this ledge. There's a pole up there you can see. You just aim for that pole, and it will take you straight through the mess of everything. Then get back on to this area, get down on the highway here, whatever it is. And then this area, I only go about 50-60% of full speed just because it's so tricky to get through here. But all you gotta do is slow down a little bit and you should be able to make it through there fine. Go wide here and stay on the gas most of the time, and then you're going to want to get back into this area and be really careful of all the stuff that can get in the way. This area is kind of like a zigzag. It's like a right and a left, and then another right up here, and another right, and then kind of zigzags through here. You're going to want to be really careful on the exit right there because of that pole. And sometimes you can move the cars and they'll stay, but these cars up here will get in the way. I messed up there, but it wasn't enough to ruin the race, and that's what you got to do. And then as far as the discount data, we have the Oppressor Mark 1 and the Mark 2. If you look at the trends from last year, it was a long time before we had anything, and it's starting to be a long time again, which is similar to these shorter gaps earlier in the year. So I'm thinking this one is possible. It may happen within a month or so. And then some of the potential income opportunities are going to be cash. Earlier last year, around the April timeframe, that was a little bit more consistent. And then there was a big gap, and we're kind of in the middle of all of those gaps. So maybe it will be another month or so. It does kind of seem like they started that in the spring. So we might have something similar going on there. Same thing with the Objectives Million. It was pretty common last spring, and then there's a big gap. We haven't seen anything for a long time. So I think those two are possible to show up. But remember to take advantage of getting the hangar if you don't have one already, because you can store jets in it like this one and do that kind of thing. That's all I have for this week, so I'll catch you next time.